Welcome back to I've Got Something to Tell You with Taylor and
Colleen.
Happy Christmas Eve.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so we're pre-recording, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, but this is going to be on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Did you notice that we unintentionally wore
I did not notice that.
I noticed it when I walked in.
Oh, you didn't even say.
I was waiting.
Oh, okay.
Content, dude.
I love it though. I'm wearing dark green and she's wearing like a dark red.
Yeah.
And that looks so cozy.
It's so
I'm kind of jealous. It looks like a blanket.
It is, basically.
So we just spent like the first half of the night doing Colleen's hair and then she let me do her makeup. And then we were like, it was like Taylor's makeup and hair studio in the kitchen.
Yeah. I like how Taylor says I let her do this. I was like, do whatever you want. Like, please.
That's because when I was washing your hair, it washed off like half the makeup. So I was like, I got you. But
yeah.
I also like doing people's makeup. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
So, and she was like, do whatever you want. Yeah. And I was like, okay. But anyway, so that was fun.
Yeah. I feel really pretty. So thank you.
Yay. So today, Colleen's going first.
I am. But quick reminder before we get into my story, for those that are listening in real time, we do have a live show coming up at Jared's on January 10th. So you can kind of like do your New Year's thing and then come celebrate with us and bring in the new year. And I think Taylor said it last week, but if you haven't been to a live show yet, like this is the one that you want to come to because we have some really cool, fun, exciting, cool, like different things that we're going to try.
Yeah, we're switching it up a little bit. So it'll be fun.
And we'll have merch.
Yeah, we'll have merch. We're going to be doing something a little different. And it'll also be Colleen's birthday. So you can tell her happy birthday.
You can, but
no one's forcing you to wear a crown.
Okay,
they're just saying happy birthday.
I know. Sorry, I will thank you for the happy birthdays, but Taylor knows I hate that.
Just don't make her wear a sash, and she's good.
Yeah. All right. Well,
wait. Did we say the date? January 10th.
January 10th. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What time is it at? 6?
6.
Oh, okay. I'll be there.
It's cool. It's on the shared IGSTTY calendar.
You know what? I'll go to the Instagram and I'll figure out.
Yeah, there you go. Go to our Instagram and you can find it.
And you guys should do that too.
But yes, I am going first. And I told Taylor that what just happened was basically I got like beauty queened up because obviously this is our holiday episode. And there are a lot of crimes that technically happen around the holidays or on Christmas, but there's only one I feel like we really need to talk about. There's only one that's still unsolved. There's only one that launched a media circus that literally consumed the country. Tonight, I'm covering beauty queen JonBenét Ramsey.
Okay.
I knew you didn't know what it was.
I don't.
Yeah.
I've heard the name, but I have no idea.
Okay. Which I was like,
I felt bad because you looked really excited.
I'm really yeah.
I know I'm gonna like it.
I know you. Well, I won't say like it, but so I was talking to my friend because we walk every day, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing JonBenét Ramsey," and she goes, "Taylor's gonna know everything," and I was like, "No, she won't." Yeah, she doesn't know any of
I know nothing.
Yeah. So, but for those who do know, this happened the day after Christmas. So, okay, so
we made this podcast for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't listen to any true crime.
And like,
there's maybe been like 2 that I was like, oh, I know that one.
Yeah.
Like in the very beginning.
And like, it's kind of more fun for me because like, there's so many people that have like opinions on this where it's just like, I get to do whatever I want to do, like version of this story.
Yeah.
I mean, factually and respectfully, but like, you know what I mean? Like I get to focus on
Colleen's version.
Yeah, I get to focus on the stuff that makes me excited to tell you about it. But so this is the story of how a murder of a 6-year-old girl was immediately buried, not by time, but by media and the people who were meant to solve the crime. This is arguably one of the most mishandled cases in history, and I genuinely think that we will never get a full answer. I'm telling you, this comes up every year. It's been on every People magazine and like stuff like that. It's
went right over my head.
I'll show you. Hold on. Let me pull up a picture of JonBenét because I feel like you would see that, or seeing it would help.
Is that the 6-year-old girl?
Yeah. You've never seen those?
I don't think so.
Okay. That's okay. We're going to walk you through
it. Can't wait to hear about it, though. Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So we are going to go into kind of like the theories and such, but I'm going to start from the beginning because obviously you don't know the story. So we're going to go way, way back. Before we get anywhere near the murder, you need to understand the place it happened and the family at the center of it. We're going to talk about the Ramseys first. So JonBenét Ramsey lives in Boulder, Colorado with her parents. It's the early 90s. John and Patsy Ramsey and her older brother, Burke. John Ramsey is a successful businessman. At the time, he's the president of a company called Access Graphics, which is a subsidiary of Lockheed Martin. Plain terms, John is very well off. The family has money, status, and visibility in Boulder. That matters because this is not a family living quietly under the radar. So everybody knows them, even in this small town.
Mm-hmm.
Small-ish town.
I've been to Boulder.
Really?
It's really cute.
You can go visit this house.
That's so interesting that it's there. Well, so this is a big one.
What do you mean?
This is a big story.
Oh, this is a big story, yeah.
Okay.
John is, again, very well off. Patsy is his wife, Patsy Ramsey. She has a very different energy. She's a former beauty queen, Miss West Virginia, and she's deeply involved in her children's lives. She's hands-on, expressive, emotional, and very invested in how her family is seen publicly. Together, they're both well-known, affluent family in a relatively small city. And then there is the house that they all live in. They live at 755 15th Street, and this house is important, not because it's creepy, but because it's complicated. It's large and it's multi-level. There are like multiple staircases leading different ways and stuff like that.
Like Winchester?
Not exactly. Yeah, I knew that's what you were gonna. Sorry, yes. Not in the way where like they don't lead anywhere. It's just like superfluous staircases. Like they're just extra.
Big word.
They're extra. They don't like. It's like the two that like go up.
Like it's not needed, but it's for design.
It's like a flex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they also have a basement that is not just like an unfinished storage space. It has rooms, doors, little areas you wouldn't necessarily think to look in if you didn't live there. If you have never been inside this house before, it would be very easy to be confused. Lots of rooms, again, like different things that if you didn't know your way around.
Like a maze you can get lost.
Yes, for sure. So remember that. All right, let's talk about JonBenét herself. JonBenét Ramsey is 6 years old, and I'm going to remind you of that repeatedly because the media seems to forget that this was a 6-year-old girl. She is in first grade. She likes playing with her toys. By accounts from people who knew her, she is a normal kid, chatty, energetic, and affectionate, and very close with her family. A big part of her life revolves around activities her parents are involved in. Patsy is very hands-on with JonBenét. She photographs her often. I showed you some of the pictures of JonBenét. She plans outfits, she signs her up for events, and she actually actively is shaping her schedule and like JonBenét's life plan. Like people talked about JonBenét as if she was like an up-and-coming star at 6 years old.
Dang.
Which brings
pressure.
And that brings us in. She participated actively in local child beauty pageants. Like she is Toddlers and Tiaras. Like the giant ass, like Glinda from Wicked. That's
kind of when you showed me the picture.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect like blonde blowout with the crown and the tan and
everything.
Yeah.
So
she's only 6.
She was only 6 years old. So that means like the whole thing, stage performances, costumes, makeup, professional photos, hair, the whole thing, which at just 6 years old, JonBenét was fully bleaching her hair for beauty pageants. I feel like that's
crazy.
a wild thing to do to a 6-year-old.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I had highlights in my hair really young, but not that, because my mom's a hairdresser. But not that young.
Not that young. And like fully bleaching, like roots to tip.
Yeah.
Or roots to end.
Yeah.
But okay, so she competes regularly and she's good. She wins titles, she has trophies. And at that time, within that specific world, this isn't really weird. Again, remember Patsy like won her own pageants and stuff like that. So like this is a world that she's already like lived in and such.
Mm-hmm.
But it does mean something important is that there is a visual record of JonBenét before anything bad ever happens. There's videos of her competing. She is well known and documented. She's on magazine covers and like things within the dark toddler pageant world.
Yeah.
I
got it.
Yeah. Sorry. I feel like it was really important because like that to me just added like a layer of like creepiness to it.
It does.
You know?
Yeah. Like it shouldn't, but it does.
I think it should. Toddler pageants.
Well, I guess what I meant was they shouldn't be a target just because they're like putting themselves out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
No
I get
matter
what you're
what.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But don't put your kids in pageants.
Yeah.
Children.
Yuck.
Gross.
I don't like it.
I don't like it one bit.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So we're now going to jump into Christmas Day, December 25th, 1996. Looks completely normal. The Ramseys wake up. They open presents. JonBenét, 6 years old. I'm going to continuously remind you about that. This poor girl.
Mm-hmm.
She plays with her new toys. Her older brother is about 10 and he's doing his whatever boys do on Christmas. Who cares?
Running around outside.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Ruining people's lives, I'm sure. Later that afternoon, the family goes to a Christmas dinner party at the home of close friends, Fleet. His first name is Fleet.
Fleetberg? Wait, who?
Who?
Wait, you're talking about the brother?
No.
Oh.
Fleetberg?
That sounds like, wow. What a name.
That would be a wild name. That man, if your name is Fleetberg, you have 6 collared shirts on that are all like tipped up. Yeah.
You might have some frosted tips as well.
You have sunglasses on the
He's
back
just
of
like
your
a-
head.
He's just a whole character.
I think
you might have a piercing.
Are we just describing diners, drive-ins, and dives?
I was picturing. I swear to God, I think you just telepathically sent that to my brain because I saw that immediately. The flames too.
Yes.
Anyway, our made-up character Fleetberg is
Fleetberg-
not in the story.
Remove him from the narrative. So they go to the home of close friends Fleet. His first name is Fleet, and Priscilla White. Those are their friends. So we got John and Patsy with Fleet and Priscilla.
Mm-hmm.
These are very white people names to me. Sorry.
Well, their last name is White.
I mean, like, could you be more on the nose? Like, no. And just in case you guys didn't get it, we put it our last name too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they are close family friends. Their kids are around the same age, so they like often hang out. So at that party, multiple adults see JonBenét, and no one later says that she seems scared, sick, upset. There's no moment when someone goes, something felt off. So that night, the Ramseys leave the Whites' house and drive home. And that is the last confirmed time anyone outside of the family saw JonBenét alive. According to John Ramsey, JonBenét fell asleep in the car on the way home. He carried her inside upstairs and put her to bed. And according to him, she didn't wake up that entire time. Bert goes to his room. John and Patsy go to bed and the house goes quiet. Early the next morning, December 26th, Patsy wakes up before anyone else, and the family is supposed to actually travel that day, so they have a flight that they have to catch. So she gets up early, gets dressed, and heads downstairs around 5:30 a.m. And on the back staircase, not the main one, not the one that she would normally take, she sees papers laid out on the steps. They're not hidden, they are just placed.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the moment where the case starts, because what Patsy is holding is a ransom note.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So we're going to stop and read the note. It reads, "Listen carefully!" Exclamation point.
They're like reading it. Like, what are we listening to? Okay, anyway.
Like, damn it, we should have left a tape.
They're like, we meant read carefully.
We are a group of individuals that represent a small foreign faction. We do respect your business, but not the country that it serves. At this time, we have your daughter in our possession. She is safe and unharmed, and if you want her to see 1997, you must follow our instructions to the letter. At least they got letter right versus like...
the tape.
Yeah. You will withdraw $118,000 from your account. $100,000 will be in $100 bills, and the remaining $18,000 will be in $20 bills. Make sure that you bring an adequate size attaché, and I think they meant attached. There are misspellings in this, so I'm just reading it like verbatim.
Yeah.
So you must bring in an adequate size attaché to the bank. When you get home, you'll put the money in a brown paper bag. I will call you between 8 and 10 a.m. tomorrow to instruct you on delivery. The delivery will be exhausting, so I advise you to be rested. If we monitor you getting the money early, we might call you early to arrange an earlier delivery of the money and hence an earlier delivery pickup of your daughter. Any deviation of my instructions will result in the immediate execution of your daughter. You will also be denied her remains for proper burial. The two gentlemen watching over your daughter do not particularly like you, so I advise you not to provoke them. Speaking to anyone about your situation, such as police, FBI, etc., will result in your daughter being beheaded. If we catch you talking to a stray dog, she dies. If you alert bank authorities, she dies. If the money is in any way marked or tampered with, she dies. You will be scanned for electronic devices, and if any are found, she dies. You can try to deceive us, but be warned that we are familiar with law enforcement countermeasures and tactics. You stand a 99% chance of killing your daughter if you try to outsmart us. Follow our instructions, and you stand a 100% chance of getting her back. You and your family are under constant scrutiny as well as the authorities. Don't try to grow a brain, John. You are not the only fat cat around, so don't think that killing will be difficult. Don't underestimate us, John. Use that good Southern common sense of yours. It is up to you now, John. Victory, SBTC.
Oh, very weird.
You're
not a fat cat.
You're not,
I'm gonna start using that.
It's just like,
you think you're better than me? You think you're
you think
fat
you're better
cat?
than me? I'm a skinny
Fattest cat on the block. John.
John.
How they had to like enunciate John.
Yes. So there are.
John, what did you do?
Can we move on?
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just kidding. I was like,
it was going on a little too long.
We got it, Taylor. Okay, so there are several things off about this. First thing is the length. This note is 2.5 pages long.
Mm-hmm.
That is not normal and that is not practical. If you are inside someone's house committing a kidnapping, the goal is to get in and get out as fast as humanly possible. You don't write a freaking essay. You don't repeat John over and over and over again.
Uh-huh.
You write, we have your child, bring money, don't call the police, and leave. But this person didn't leave.
It was like really extensive.
It's very...
And they're like, if you don't do this, then do this.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll also do all this.
Exactly. Like step-by-step instructions.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing is that this person didn't leave, which brings us to the next part that's weird about the note, is the paper. The paper did not come from outside the house. Whoever wrote the note took paper from Patsy Ramsey's own notepad.
Weird.
And the pen that they found that it was written with, also from inside the house. So whoever wrote this didn't sneak in with a note already written, which is strange. They sat down inside that house and wrote it there, which leads to the next thing. The pen was also put back where it belonged. So, like, they had to know where they were going inside this complicated house, also know where, like, to find these things.
Yeah, they've been in there before.
Mm-hmm. So that means the person wasn't panicking. They weren't rushing. They weren't acting like someone afraid of being caught. They were comfortable enough to finish writing and then clean up after themselves. Now let's also talk about the money. The ransom amount is $118,000.
Very specific.
It's a number that just so happens to line up almost exactly with a recent bonus John Ramsey received right before the holiday.
It's a big ass bonus.
I wish.
Damn.
Who do I talk to? I've got something to tell you.
And we gotta take it up with ourselves.
So whoever wrote this knew that, which means they either had inside knowledge or had access to information that was not public. They also said that JonBenét is alive and that she's safe. It says that they'll call between 8 and 10 a.m. So Patsy finds the note around 5:30 a.m. She reads it. And then 22 minutes later at 5:50, oh my God, I just was like, math. Like, no, it was right math though, right?
Okay.
5:30 a.m., 5:52, 22 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, did that right.
I'm like, don't ask me.
Oh, panic.
Sounds right to me.
It was. No, it is.
Oh, okay.
So then 22 minutes later at 5:52 a.m., she calls 911. There is no official minute-by-minute record of what happens in those 22 minutes of when she finds the note and makes the 911 call. The Ramseys have said Patsy read the note, ran upstairs, woke John, and they talked about what to do. They've said that they reread the note over and over. They've also said they were trying to understand what it meant. That's all we know about what they said they did. But what we really do know is the note explicitly said, do not call the police, and Patsy called the police. Would you like to listen to her 911 call?
Sure.
Police, what's going on? 515th Street. What's going on there, ma'am? We have a kidnapping. Hurry, please. Explain to me what's going on, okay? There's a note left and our daughter's gone. A note was left and your daughter is gone? How old is your daughter? 6 years old. She's gone. 6 years old. How long ago was it? I don't know. I just found the note. And my daughter's gone. Does it say who took her? What? Does it say who took her? I don't know. There's a ransom note here. It's a ransom note? It says FBTC. Victory. Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God. Please. I'm sending an officer over, okay? Please. Do you know how long she's been gone? No, I don't. Please, we just got out. Is she right here? Oh my God, please. Okay, calm. Somebody. I am, honey. Please. Take a deep breath. Please, hurry. Patsy.
So the thing is, with the 911 call, people think it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go into theories later, but what was your initial reaction to it?
I mean, I feel like, because you said that they called 22 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say, because I don't know. It, like, she sounds out of breath and, like, a lot, but it's like she's been processing it for 22 minutes. But also, I don't know, because maybe the shock hits her later. So
yeah, and so like I feel like it's the same thing. And I know you probably haven't heard this 911 call, but in the staircase when the I forget his name, but the husband calls because his wife fell down. I'm using air quotes, fell down the stairs. Sorry, whatever side you're on, he did it. We all know he did it. Mm-hmm. But he's like, the thing they say about fake 911 calls is like, they're just trying to get out what the situation is versus being like, my daughter, like they're being like, they're explaining it.
Yeah.
Like
it's almost lacking emotion because I'm a big crybaby. And when I hear these 911 calls, I usually like, you know, you can usually feel it and you cry with them. And I didn't really feel anything at all. I was just like,
she's just like, she's describing, she's trying to get out, we have a kidnapping. She's trying to get out the story versus like the emotion of like, my child is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think she says her daughter's name that whole time.
I don't think she did.
Yeah. Like, so that is my feeling on that call personally.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody knows how they're going to react in like a time of grief or anything like that. Like, I hope to God I never have to make like a 911 call like that. But I also
feel like I have to hear the rest of it to be like, that's fake. But off the bat, not knowing anything else about it, it does sound like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't put my finger on it.
And like, I don't know if it's fake or not. Like, like I said, we're going to go into the theories, like on what actually happened. Again, this is unsolved, but like a lot of people have obviously like focused on that 911 call. And I pick up on the fact that like when they say that people are truly trying to get help, they're not describing like the actual, like they're describing that they need help. They're not describing like, we have this. Like, it's just like, we need help now. And like, we're at this.
Usually the 911 operator has to ask more questions and get it out of you because you're like freaking out, obviously.
Exactly. Okay, sorry, but I always find that part really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so she makes the 911 call. Police are dispatched believing that this is a kidnapping of a young child of a public family, and police arrive at the Ramsey house just minutes after Patsy makes the call. And they are walking into what they believe is an active kidnapping. That single assumption dictates everything that follows. In a kidnapping, police are trained to prioritize the possibility that the child is still alive. They are trained to keep the parents calm. They are trained to avoid escalating the situation or appearing confrontational. So the house is not locked down. There's no crime scene tape. There is no command to stop moving. There's no systematic search of the home. Instead, officers do a quick surface level walkthrough. They check the obvious rooms upstairs. They confirm JonBenét isn't immediately visible, and they locate the ransom note. And then they wait. They wait for the phone to ring because the note promises a call between 8 and 10 a.m. And we talked about this with the kidnapping of Frank Sinatra, is that they're not going to tamper with anything or make like a big fuss until that they can locate where the kidnapped person is. They're going to give you the money, like that kind of thing. Not giving tips, just saying like that is the protocol, is you don't mess with the kidnappers until you can locate.
Got to make sure they're safe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And obviously the note has indicated they will kill the girl.
Yeah.
The 6-year-old poor little girl. So while they wait, something critical happens. Patsy starts calling people. She calls close friends. She calls Fleet and Priscilla White, same friends they were with the night before. She calls another couple, and she even calls their local pastor and invites them all over. Nobody stops her because, again, this is being treated like a kidnapping. And in a kidnapping, officers don't want to isolate the parents or make them feel controlled. They think they need support. So people begin arriving at the house. And now you have multiple civilians moving freely through a very large, very complex home. They are comforting Patsy, but they're also walking room to room. They're sitting, standing, pacing, like they're using the kitchen. They also start cleaning. They're wiping counters, tidying up, picking things up off of the floor. They think they're trying to be helpful because, like, you're just trying to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, what do you need? What can I do?
Yeah.
But nobody stops. Exactly. Nobody stops them because at this moment, no one is treating the house as evidence. the assumption is still that JonBenét was taken out of the house, that whatever matters most is happening somewhere else. So the house, the last place that JonBenét was seen alive, is quietly, unintentionally altered. And that mistake is happening in real time, right in front of law enforcement. By early afternoon, nothing has happened. The phone never rings. The timeline the ransom note promised is gone, and the house has still never been searched properly. So police ask John Ramsey and Fleet White to search the house again. Remember, this is multi-levels. How would you start searching a house if you had to do multi-levels?
I guess from bottom to top?
Exactly.
Okay.
So they split up though. And if I'm searching, I'm going with my partner to go and search. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They split up. John takes downstairs. Fleet takes the upstairs. John goes into the basement and opens a small door that is normally used to hold wine. And it's tucked into the basement that is not obvious and not visible from a quick walkthrough. But again, this house is confusing. But that's the first place he checks, in the basement. And he sees a small white blanket on the floor with what very clearly has a body underneath it. It's JonBenét. She's wrapped in the blanket, duct tape covered over her mouth. Her wrists were bound above her head. She is tiny and she is very clearly dead.
No.
John picks her up, takes the duct tape off of her mouth, and carries her upstairs. He brings her into the living room. And in that moment, everything everyone thought they knew was going on is wrong. She was never taken. She never left the house. She was there the entire time. Patsy runs over and just grabs onto her body. JonBenét's body has now been moved. Evidence is disturbed, and not because they wanted to ruin the case, but because nobody treated that house like a homicide scene until it was already too late. So now you have contamination on top of contamination, people walking through rooms, touching surfaces, cleaning, touching each other, opening doors, moving things. And if you've ever watched a true crime documentary and screamed, "Why would you touch that?" This is basically that moment of what were you guys thinking? They do an autopsy and it makes it even harder to process. JonBenét suffered a massive blow to the head, strong enough to knock her unconscious. She was also strangled with a cord around her neck, which was tied to a broken paintbrush handle taken from Patsy Ramsey's art supplies. There's also evidence of sexual assault. Investigators also note findings that raise question that there was prior abuse before she was murdered, meaning something was going on inside that house with that little girl before this happened.
Oh.
Yeah. Because of that finding, the Ramseys go on full defense.
Because of the finding of knowing that she was abused before.
Yeah. So investigators also realized something critical. The head injury and the strangulation did not happen at the same time. Medical examiners believe JonBenét was struck in the head first, which was hard enough to cause a severe skull fracture and render her unconscious, but that blow didn't kill her. She lived, likely for 45 minutes to 2 hours after that injury. And only later was she strangled. It tells us that it wasn't a single moment of rage or panic. There was time for someone to make decisions and time for staging. And then there's the strangulation. It wasn't just a cord around her neck. It was a constructed device made from a nylon cord and a broken paintbrush handle that came from Patsy Ramsey's art supplies. Again, not something that was brought into the house. It was assembled inside of it. Means whoever did this had privacy, time, calculation, all of the things. Like,
yeah.
and for all of this to happen while the family is just sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the evidence that does exist. So this case is so messy, but by the time that JonBenét's body is found, the house has been compromised for hours with the friends walking through it, things being moved around. They've actually moved the freaking body, which is like, you never touch the body. Like all of the whole thing is how the body is found. And if you touch that and if you move that, it ruins so much of how they can solve
I would get
this.
it in this. Just because it's like a 6-year-old little girl and it's your daughter. I feel like my first thought would be to grab her too. Be like, not just leave her.
I guess.
Because also, like, I feel like not everybody knows that too. But I don't know. In the moment, if you found your daughter dead,
yeah,
not gonna be like, oh.
Yeah.
Not saying. I mean, I still like something suspicious
like,
is going on.
Up and like move her.
I don't know.
And
I've seen people, or
you know what? You're right. Like,
like grab dead bodies and like,
yeah. I can't judge people's grieving. You know, like how you're right. I'm being a little bit judgy because I have my own opinions on what happened.
Well, you also listen to the stuff all the time. So you're like, I know you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
You fucked up the whole case. I'm just kidding.
You're totally... No,
not saying I'm on the parents' side. I was just saying I could see why they would do that.
Yes. You do have to gut check me on that stuff. Because like... But yeah, for me, I just am... You're right.
You're thinking of it from a detective point of view.
I'm thinking of it of like, if something were to like happen, I'm just like, I don't want nobody touch nothing. Like I will become police detective Colleen in a second.
Yeah.
And be telling the police what they need to be doing to solve this crime. Like, and I'll call them every day. Like you won't get rid of me.
Yeah. I would expect that from you.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. You're right. Don't judge.
Sorry, detour.
The body was moved, so the police can't really understand like how she was like to document her position or how she was found. All they have is John's testimony. Fibers transfer, evidence gets muddied, critical context is lost, and then there is also the ransom note. Handwriting experts are brought in and they immediately compare the writing to the parents. Some believe Patsy Ramsey could not be ruled out as the writer.
Could not be
ruled out. It very much looks like her handwriting. Yeah. And the handwriting is kind of like cursive-y and pretty. It doesn't look like rushed or anything like that. And then there's also like times where they kind of like scribble things out to like rewrite something. Like they really took their time.
Jesus.
But others say that the sample is inconclusive. No one can definitively say who wrote it, but no one can conclusively exclude her either. I also like one theory, which I didn't like go super into, but people like the idea that her name is Patsy. So she's like a patsy in the scheme.
I don't get it.
Like if you're a patsy, like you're just kind of like brought into something, like not really knowing what you're brought into. So like she wrote the note, but she didn't really know what she was doing.
She's like, I'm gonna make it pretty.
Yeah.
I'm just a patsy.
Exactly. It's kind of a wild like jump, but
yeah.
I like the play on words. So I appreciate it. I love a pun. And then the DNA, there's unknown male DNA found in JonBenét's underwear. It is partial, it's mixed, it could be transferred DNA, it could be from manufacturing, it could be meaningful or it could be meaningless, but it's there, and so people theorize about it. Now, here's where it stops just being a case and becomes a national obsession. The media shows up and it's immediate. JonBenét's pageant photos are pageant?
It like kind of sounded right.
The hair color is getting to my brain.
You're like, this looks so good that it doesn't even matter what I say. The highlight is just highlighting.
Yeah. Listen, I'm too pretty to read words right. Just please know I'm joking. You were saying. Please know I was joking.
I was too busy seeing the sparkle on your cheek.
Thanks. I'm okay. That was the max level of confidence I can achieve for my lifetime. Now going back to having body dysmorphia and insecurities. Okay, so the media shows up. JonBenét's pageant photos are everywhere. Cable news, it's covered 24/7, daytime. Like they have anybody that can pronounce JonBenét, they have on talk shows. Like it was everywhere. Tabloids had it everywhere. Magazine covers at every grocery store. I remember seeing this. Like, and I was 5.
I don't know where I was at.
I was clocking it. So this poor 6-year-old becomes a headline. Then it gets into one question that everybody's wondering. Did the family do it? So this is when people start forming opinions they will never let go of. Because the Ramseys didn't disappear quietly, very early on, John and Patsy go on television, including a very disturbing CNN interview on January 1st, 1997. That's math. 5 days. 5 days after the death.
Oh, really?
No, that's wrong.
Wait, when did the death happen?
26th. And they went on the news on the 1st.
What? How many days did you say?
Norman, make us sound smart. 7? That's 7. Because the 6th to the 31st would be 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Let's say 7.
No.
Okay. 6 or 7? Too soon, man.
6, 7.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what it means either. It's 6 days.
Okay. I was going to say whether it was 5, 6, 7 days.
No, we're going to say shortly after the...
Okay. Love it.
So very early on, John and Patsy go on television. Oh my God. Very early on, John and Patsy go on television, including a CNN interview on January 1st, only a few days after they find their daughter dead. And if you have ever watched clips of these interviews, you know exactly why people still talk about them, because the vibes are weird. Patsy is visibly fragile. She also looks heavily medicated. Again, not judging. I would never know how I would react if my 6-year-old child died. But
like she's like in a daze?
She looks high as fuck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then like there will be parts where she's talking and it feels very like rehearsed, like PR. And then like all of a sudden, like she looks very poised and then she'll like break down. Viewers read her into completely opposite ways. One sees a grieving mother while the other is like total performance.
Mm-hmm.
Once the public decides what they believe, they never unsee it. And then John, he often comes off like controlled, measured, very corporate, like a man used to meetings and pressure, which again could mean absolutely nothing, or it could be exactly what people think it is that he's just not grieving the loss of his child. The reason these interviews feel so weird is because they're happening while police still need the basics. They need timelines, movements, and statements from the Ramseys. But instead of the public seeing police interviews with the Ramseys, they're seeing just these media interviews. So it's starting to feel like they're doing PR.
Mm-hmm.
And then John does more interviews and more, like on his own. And at a certain point, the public is like, why do you keep going on TV? Why are you doing this so much? Is it to get attention? Is it to get control over the narrative? Is it to get like a plead for help? It is so wildly strange.
Mm-hmm.
Now, behind the scenes, something else is happening. The relationship between the Boulder Police Department and the Ramsey family falls apart fast. So the Ramseys hire attorneys also super early they limit access to them directly from the police. So the police are feeling like stonewalled and the family is feeling targeted. The Ramseys do not sit for a full police interview right away. They do not get interviewed by the police until April 30th, 1997.
What? That's crazy.
So that's why it's so insane that they're like going on television, but the police aren't getting the same access that the public is getting. So it's like, we have questions for you, but you guys keep doing all these TV interviews and like, we want to solve the murder of your child, but you're not talking to us, the people that can actually help you.
Yeah.
So that then starts like people kind of like picking a side almost. And once they don't the public doesn't like uncertainty. So they're going to come up with their own ideas, which again, this is what is so frustrating about this story is like there were so many things that were avoidable and so many choices that were made that I feel like we're actively to not solve this case.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like so far.
So what you've already heard is the ransom note, the timeline gap, the interviews, the DNA, the way the house was handled. Nothing new gets added. People just decide which parts matter more than others. And this is when all of the theories come in. Now we're going to go through the theories. Theory 1 is that an intruder did it. Why people think it fits this story, we've already established that the house was not locked down as a crime scene and that the basement was confusing, segmented, and not thoroughly searched. There's unknown male DNA, and because the crime scene was so compromised, no one can say with certainty what is meaningful and what is transfer. And the idea that someone could have moved through the house unnoticed feels possible because of how badly that house was handled from the start. Why it doesn't fit this story: the ransom note does not behave like an intruder document. It's long, it's written inside the house, it references very specific bonus, and the note describes a kidnapping that never happened. JonBenét never left that house. It survives, though, because it allows people to believe the chaos of the first day wasn't hiding something. It was the thing that ruined the chance to catch an outsider. Theory 2. Patsy did it. Or Patsy staged it. The ransom note comes from Patsy's notepad, written with a pen from the house and returned to its place, which fits our established theme of someone being comfortable inside that home. The note itself feels performative, almost like someone writing what they think a ransom note should sound like. The paintbrush used in the strangulation device came from Patsy's supplies, again, tying key elements back to items already inside the house. Why it doesn't fit is we've already talked about the timeline gap. Head injury first, then time passes, then strangulation. That means this wasn't one explosive moment. Also, the sexual assault complicates any clean panic staging explanation. It introduces questions that don't resolve easily inside a single parent narrative. Why it survives: because it explains the ransom note better than almost anything else. And for a lot of people, the note is the anchor they cannot let go of. So they just want to point it at Patsy because of that note. She's the Patsy of the story. Theory 3. Burke did it.
The brother.
The brother. This is what I think happened. Burke is in the house that night, and the family narrative does not account for every movement minute by minute. The medical finding that the head injury didn't immediately kill JonBenét opens the door to accidental injury scenario. And we've already established that the staging happened later, not in the same moment, which fits a theory where adults intervene after the fact. The theory is that Burke accidentally injured JonBenét by throwing something at her in a moment of anger, like you do as a kid. But it was too hard and it hit her in the head. And so then the parents were like, we need to cover this up because she's dead. They think she's dead. And so then they stage it as this whole thing, but it doesn't account for everything. But they're basically trying to protect Burke.
It'd just be weird then, because then she's alive and they strangle her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I still think he did.
I mean, I could see that though,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like, I don't know. Also have to know, I feel like I have to know more about the brother though too.
Yeah, and he's done interviews too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a rough one to watch. Okay, so now why this doesn't fit the story is there's no...
No, wait, I solved it already.
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys are still
There
trying to
is
find
no
this out.
physical evidence directly tying Burke to the strangulation device or the assault. And the strangulation construction suggests deliberate assembly, which doesn't fit cleanly unless adults were involved in the staging. So I still think Burke did it. Parents covered it up. Don't come for me, Ramsey people. Wyatt survives because I believe it. Just but because it allows people to reconcile a timeline problem, an accident first, decision later, and then a family trying to protect their remaining child once panic sets in. Theory 4. John did it. It fits because the evidence of sexual assault and the suggestion of prior abuse creates a lane people can't ignore, and people read John through the lens we already discussed, controlled, corporate, measured, especially in the way he presents himself publicly afterward. And like the other family-based theories, this one explains why the crime never leaves the house. Why it doesn't fit the story: there is no single piece of evidence that conclusively ties John to the act itself. Much of this theory relies on interpretation rather than a moment where everything clicks into place. Why it survives: because when evidence is contaminated and timelines are blurred, implication starts to feel heavier than it should. And why none of this ever lands: that's the real problem. Every theory uses pieces of a broken puzzle. Every theory explains some things, but completely fails at others. The intruder theory collapses under the ransom note. The family theories collapse under the assault and timeline. And the evidence that could have clarified everything was compromised before anyone knew what they were dealing with. This case wasn't doomed because no one cared. It was doomed because the wrong assumptions were made immediately, and everything after that was built on top of them. What I would like to end with is JonBenét Ramsey was 6 years old. She deserved protection. She deserved a competent investigation. She deserved adults who treated her home like a crime scene the moment they stepped into it. Instead, her case became a media obsession, a cultural phenomenon, and a permanent argument. This case doesn't haunt people because it's unsolved. It haunts people because it feels like it should have been solved, and it never was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we still talk about her, because she deserved better. And Tayler, that is JonBenét Ramsey.
Okay. Never heard that one. I love that I heard it from you first.
Thanks.
I definitely do feel like, I mean, I don't have like a theory really, but I do feel like it's either the husband or the brother did something and the wife was the patsy and kind of got brought into it. Doesn't make her innocent, because I feel like, I mean, still unsolved, so we don't know.
Yeah.
But just the fact that you're saying that in an interview, she's like almost really out of it.
Yeah.
Maybe she has to be out of it. We don't know. Maybe she's seen some things. She maybe helped with whatever happened. Don't know. But I feel like we've seen that story before where a family member does something and then the other one tries to cover it up. I'm pretty sure you've told a story like that.
And like, you know what I like, who knows what your reaction is going to be in that moment, like that kind of thing. But whatever happened to this poor girl, I just feel like if the family had nothing to do with it, they like Patsy died.
Mm-hmm.
If she didn't know what happened, like if she truly didn't know what happened to JonBenét and she passed away, like not having that closure, that's horrific. And also to like, there have been movies, there have been like, just to be constantly reminded. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot of weird things to it. I feel like I would not my first reaction wouldn't be to go on interviews after interviews after interviews.
I was just going to say, now
I would be a mess.
Yes. Now
and she probably was.
Exactly. Now I'm eating my words because like she also like they take part in these interviews like constantly.
Yeah.
So
and that's what's weird because it's just like you would, no matter what kind of person you are, you're going to be emotional. Your 6-year-old daughter was found dead in your basement.
And that's also why this story is so wild because like you really can just go around in circles of just like, well, they should have done this. Oh, but like also they're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's always an, oh yeah, but kind of situation.
I definitely feel like it's totally someone in the family. But I just don't know who did it.
Yeah.
But they were all involved no matter what.
You didn't. You haven't been sitting on who solved or who killed JonBenét for your. You're like,
hold on, guys. I'm still thinking.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. And then it'll be solved. You guys haven't figured this out yet?
You're like, nobody asked me. So.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
But yeah, that was JonBenét Ramsey.
Yay. Okay. Yay. All right, we're going to take a break and then we'll get into the paranormal.
All right.
And we're back.
We're back.
Okay. Let's lighten this up a little bit.
Thank God. I'm sorry. That one was long and...
That one was so good.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. But I'm going to take... Okay, so let me rewind. I know last time I did the Dybbuk box.
Okay.
But before that, I did Krampus. And while I was researching Krampus, I found some other stories that I completely forgot about. But I was like, I have to tell Colleen these.
I love that.
And I dropped the ball on the last one, but also not really because I liked the last one. I know that was a weird explanation, but the last one wasn't a Christmas one. So anyway.
But it was, you did it on when we recorded it. It was the first night of Hanukkah.
That is true. Okay. Let's go with that. Okay, so when I was researching Krampus, all of these other winter demons.
Oh, no.
Well, not really demons, I guess winter cryptids.
Okay.
Let's say, came up. So I felt like you needed to know about these. So, Colleen, I've got something to tell you. Let's start with the first one. His name is Belschnickel. He's the winter trickster of Germany and Pennsylvania, Dutch country.
Have you, I think, yes, you have, because I've sent them to you. Have you seen the memes where it's just like me and my friend got like kidnapped, but we can't stop laughing?
Belschnickel?
Yeah.
I know. Okay. For real though. All these guys are characters. Okay, so Belschnickel occupies a strange middle ground between saint and monster. Originating in southwestern Germany, he crossed the Atlantic with German immigrants and took root in Pennsylvania Dutch folklore, where he became something far more unsettling. Unlike St. Nicholas, who arrives with gifts and gentle judgment, which I love that they said gentle judgment. Start using that.
I never thought of Santa that way, that like he truly
he
is
judging you. Yeah. You're
love-
either naughty or you're nice. I don't know why we go by that guy's judgment, but...
Not a man.
I know, of course it is. Belschnickel comes alone, unannounced, and before Christmas. So he just like surprises you. He's described as a ragged fur-clad figure with a dirty beard, soot-stained clothes.
Good.
Thank you. And a switch or a whip always in hand. He would burst into homes, demand children answer whether they've been good or bad. And I just imagine someone being like, good or bad?
Say it! Say it!
I know. And they're like, I don't know.
I just like
slaps them. And then he scatters treats on the floor. Treats probably like, I don't know, candy or something.
It doesn't sound.
And he strikes any child who reaches too eagerly. So he does not like a greedy person. What makes Belschnickel creepier than other holiday figures is how feral he feels, less like a man in costume and more like a wild forest spirit temporarily wandering into human spaces. Early Pennsylvania settler diaries describe a hairy man appearing at doors in December with no footprints in the snow, speaking in a strange dialect or unknown language. One 1949 account claims a scraggly figure entered a farmhouse, muttered something they couldn't understand, stared silently at the family, and vanished without opening the door. Besides the door part, I'm like, that could like that could be anyone.
I was gonna say that's just a German.
I know. They're like Belschnickel. Okay, so that's Belschnickel.
Cool. I kind of like him. I vibe with him.
You like him?
Mm-hmm. Well, how scary does he actually look?
We can look him up. I might be getting him mixed up with the next one I'm about to tell you about. But I feel like you're gonna like the last one, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one, Mrazko, or Father Frost, the Russian frost demon. Mrazko isn't a monster in the traditional sense, but he may be one of the most dangerous winter beings on this list because he is cold itself. Rooted in Slavic folklore, Mrazko is the living embodiment of deadly frost. Tall, thin, and often described as shimmering with ice, his eyes glowing blue-white like frozen stars. Kind of reminding me of Game of Thrones.
The White Walkers?
The White Walkers.
I was thinking of that Rudolph movie.
I don't think I've seen it. You know that?
Yeah.
Oh
You've never heard of it?
No.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow.
Ew.
I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. Tenderloin.
Not the big nose with the icicles falling out.
Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. I'm too much. I'm Mr. Green Christmas.
How have you never seen
He
this?
looks like a clown.
Mr.
I'm surprised you watched this.
What do you mean? It's a Christmas movie.
I don't know, it's scary.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of,
Claymation.
yeah, it kind of creeps me out a little bit.
Okay, well, tell that to my childhood.
Colleen's childhood? Just kidding. Anyway, so I guess he looks kind of like,
Mr. Ice Christmas.
yeah.
From, like, the
I'm Mr. Ice.
From the Rudolph movie.
From the Rudolph movie. Okay, so in stories, he wanders forests and villages during the deepest parts of winter, rewarding respect and humility, but punishing arrogance and bad manners. Siberian lodgers in the 1940s described seeing a towering humanoid figure moving silently through snow-covered trees during sub-zero nights, leaving behind unnatural frost patterns. The villagers claim that on certain Mrazko nights, their breath clouds formed faces or figures in the air, lingering longer than possible, which in your little clip you just showed me, I saw him do that.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't breathe out like faces or figures, but I saw those O's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Modern paranormal investigators in Russia still report sudden cold pockets, icy handprints appearing on windows, and equipment malfunctioning. So I don't know.
Don't love that.
Yeah. So the next one's the Yule Lads, Iceland's mischievous winter beings. The Yule Lads are often presented today as playful holiday characters, but older Icelandic folklore paints a far stranger picture. Traditionally, there are 13 of them, each arriving on a different night in the lead up to Christmas, crawling down from the mountains to interact with humans. And I looked at pictures of them. They look like little trolls, and they're very creepy looking. Yes, I just imagine them like crawling down the mountains and running to the houses to get on. Yeah,
I hate that.
I hate it too. But each one of them has a name tied to their behavior. Which I feel like you're really gonna like. There's Door Slammer.
What does he do?
I don't know. Who knows? Definitely he doesn't slam doors.
He quietly opens doors.
There's Spoon Licker. There's Sausage Swiper.
Ew.
I know. Sick. They only named 3, but I loved them.
What would your name be?
I don't know. I was trying to think about it, but I feel like there was definitely not Door Slammer. Maybe Coffee Drinker.
Yeah.
What would yours be?
Cheese gorger. She's gorgeous. Just kidding.
I love it.
No, let's take that out.
Not the
Norman. I'm feeling
sausage
myself too
swiper.
much.
I love it though. You gotta feel yourself, girl.
Taylor did my makeup and my hair. I can't.
Her hair and makeup has been done. So, but early versions of the legends describe them not as cute pranksters, but they were unsettling, wild beings who lived on the edges of civilization. So kind of like I was saying, like, they kind of played them up now, modernly, like being like these little, like, I don't know, like the Seven Dwarf type things.
Okay, yeah,
but
yeah.
back then they're freaky looking
Yeah.
little guys. Farmers in the 18th and early 19th centuries wrote about food going missing in winter, cured meat, candles, bread, and blamed the Yule lads rather than animals, especially when doors were still locked and snow showed no obvious tracks. Some journals mentioned children waking up to see small, shadowy figures standing near beds or hearths before vanishing. These were framed as encounters, not dreams. Some accounts even warn that certain Yule lads were dangerous, capable of harming livestock or terrifying children into illness.
Wait, they're tiny though?
They're tiny.
They're harming livestock. How strong are these little guys?
I mean, they're not like gnome sized. Like they're like think of. I mean, from the pictures, I feel like it looks like. Can we say dwarf?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
They look like maybe they could be like 3 feet or 4 feet tall.
okay.
But they look freaky. Like they don't look like
Yeah.
little dainty things.
Gotcha.
Modern hikers in remote parts of Iceland still report hearing laughter, whispering, or quick footsteps. The footsteps. Footsteps in the snow where no one else is present. The Yule lads feel like remnants of an older belief system, mountain spirits that were softened over time, but never fully erased. Okay. And the final one. Grilla, the Christmas witch who eats children.
Love that.
And she is like the mother of the Yule lads.
She just like releases them from her sleeves.
She's like, go children.
Run.
She's like, yeah.
Get the livestock.
Go spoon licker.
Slam those doors. Steal them sausages.
Swipe them sausages. So, Grilla is one of the most horrifying figures in winter folklore. She's described as a giant troll witch who lives in the mountains and descends during Christmas to hunt misbehaving children. You do not want to be a bad behaving child in the winter. Unlike Krampus or Belschnickel, there's no duality to her. She doesn't punish to teach a lesson. She doesn't give a shit if you're naughty or nice. She doesn't eat cookies. She eats the kids.
I love her.
Shepherds in the 1700s reported seeing massive hunched figures stalking sheep during December storms, blaming Grilla when animals went missing. A chilling 1920s account from an Icelandic hunter describes spotting a woman-like figure over 10 feet tall, standing on a snowy ridge, her eyes glowing faintly in the dark before she disappeared into the fog. Grilla represents pure winter terror. Even today, Icelandic parents joke about her, but the older stories suggest she was once taken very seriously, especially during times of the harsh winters.
Mm-hmm.
In 1746, parents were banned from scaring their children with Grilla and the Yule lads because it invoked so much fear. And that's why today they're just known as gift-bringing little elf-like people. And they kind of just don't even talk about Grilla anymore.
I respect her.
You know what? If she scared them enough to get banned, she's freaky.
Yeah. She might be
Boss level.
Yeah, only second to Bell Witch.
Yeah, I feel like they're kind of separate. Like, I feel like Grilla technically is a witch, but she reminds me of more like a nature, like, I don't know. She comes from the mountains.
Yeah.
And I feel like trolls just remind me that they come, like, trolls scare me. I don't know. Like troll, like, cryptid type things.
Okay.
I feel like they probably come out of the ground or the mountains and
They
they're
can just
hiding and
pop out of
lurking in
nowhere.
there. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't scare you?
No,
Okay.
it's like
You go hiking a lot, just wait till you see a
whack-a-mole.
I almost said a
Shove them back
croll.
down there.
Oh my god. They're not that small. Anyway, that wraps up our episode today. So if you guys have any stories to tell us, you can email us at
igsttystories@gmail.com.
or you can reach out to us on social media at
IGSTTYpod, and we are on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And also, please don't forget to rate us and subscribe.
Yeah, the ratings
review.
rating, review, and subscribing helps us a ton, guys. We want to do more with the podcast, and the more that you guys rate us, it helps.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you guys.